without any further ado, let me show you what wheels are going on my Golf R estate. Hello guys, and welcome to this Volks Wizard video. Now, those of you who watched the early episodes on my Golf R estate will know that very early on I swapped the original 18-inch Cadiz wheels for the 17-inch Dijon wheels and winter tyres that you see here. But with spring, in theory, just 3 weeks away, it seems like a good time now to do what I originally planned and fit some really nice wheels to this car, because I think they'll set off what is a very good looking estate car. I should point out that I originally planned to sell this car about now. It wasn't really going to be on the channel for very long, and that's because something much more exciting is coming in March, which I'll tell you all about in due course. So the reason we're doing this really is just to share with you what these wheels look like on this car, because you may be interested in buying them. It's not a sponsored video. These wheels actually came from Volkswagen and they're a genuine part, and trust me, they would not give me the hubcaps for free. So without any further ado, let me show you what wheels are going on my Golf R estate. Okay, let's go into the workshop then and have a closer look at these wheels. But before we do that, I thought you might want a closer look at this Mark 7 Golf GTI Club Sport Edition 40, which in reflex silver is quite a rare thing. It's got the 19-inch Brescia wheels and the black roof. I'm so glad silver is back for the Mark 8, because I've only just realised we didn't have it at all for the 7.5. We had tungsten silver, a stunning colour, but I do like a nice, clean, bright silver. It looks amazing on this car, looks amazing on Mark 7 Golf R, especially with Pretorias, and it looks amazing on the Mark 8 Golf GTI Club Sport. So let's hope anyway that these wheels over here will make this dowdy looking car look almost as good as this stunner. That's quite a big ask. Anyway, let's have a closer look at them. So it doesn't take a VW geek to recognise the style. They're a Pretoria wheel, but you may have noticed they're not the black or silver you get on a Golf. They're actually a very dark grey colour. We've got the new style Volkswagen centre cap, which came with a wheel, which is quite handy because the Golf Pretoria cap doesn't fit. So yeah, it's good that VW throw that in. Now, just like the Golf wheel, it's a 19-inch wheel, it's 8 inches wide. The big difference is that instead of being ET50, it's ET44. That's the offset. That means it sits 6mm further out from the hub, which could look good. It could give the car a bit more stance than even a Pretoria, but it could look stupid as well. That's why this is a bit of a gamble. I've done some research and yeah, I'm hoping it will look good, especially at the nearly £2,000 of wheels and tyres owe me. So these I bought off eBay from a Volkswagen main dealer, £1,340 for the set delivered, which is only a bit more than just one of the Golf Pretorias. I know what you're going to say, they're probably not as light as the Golf Pretorias, but that's a bit of a moot point really, because the Golf Pretorias are so fragile and not really fit for purpose in the UK. So the fact that these are hopefully stronger, although heavier doesn't necessarily mean stronger, even if they're just as fragile as the Golf ones, I can buy one off the over the counter at a Volkswagen main dealer for about £400 individually, which I think is a lot more reasonable than the £1,000 plus for just one of the Golf ones. Right, let's just show you the markings on the back so you can see it's a genuine wheel. It's made in Turkey by a big wheel manufacturer, not one of the ones that we know that well, but they've got plants all over the world and they do a lot of OEM wheels mainly. And there's a part number there. You can see there it says 8J, I think, and ET44, and then just a few other, oh, there's the part number again, so yeah, 3G0. So a genuine Volkswagen wheel. And they're fitted with a Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tyres, which I sort of acquired through a bit of wheeling and dealing with the stuff that I sell, and they've got about 5 to 6mm on them, so they're pretty decent tyres. I've never driven on a 4S before, but I've heard lots of good things about them, so yeah, can't really get better than that. So without any further ado, let's get fitting these wheels to that car. Okay, well, as you can probably tell, we are now 1 day on from when the wheels were fitted to the car. That's just because it started to rain and got dark just after they went on, and you do need good light to fully appreciate them, which we have got now, at least for the moment anyway. So let's have a first look at these Pretoria wheels on my Golf R estate. Sorry, it's a bit dirty, it's just that time of year. So let's start off then with the rear 3/4 look, see what effect they have on the stance. So you can see there's a bit more tyre visible there, but it's not excessive. It gives the car a bit more of a muscular look. I'd be tempted though to fit the little plastic wheel arch extensions that you see on a lot of cars now that sort of screw into the wheel arch liner here. I think that would look really good. You see that on the Mark 8 GTI when it's got 19s. You used to see it on the Mark 6 Golf R when it had 19s. Even the Up GTI's got them, so that's something to have a think about. Moving round to the side, you just get that classic spindly Pretoria look, which suits pretty much any car, doesn't it? Now, as you probably remember from the earlier bit of this video, these are not black wheels. They're a very, very dark grey. And that was actually preferable for me compared to the factory option of black or silver on this car, because it's a white car. So I think silver looks a bit lost, black looks a bit too much of a contrast. So this dark grey looks brilliant. It doesn't match perfectly with the gloss black, but it's close enough. And we've got the black mirror casings I fitted a few weeks ago, which again, as expected, make it all sort of work really nicely. The only fly in the ointment are the roof rails, which are still a chrome colour, but I think on a white car they're kind of lost in the body colour anyway. On some other colours they might be a bit too visible, and you might need to get them wrapped in a black, so they just make it all hang together. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. What do you think then, guys? By all means, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm sure you will anyway. Now, if you watch this channel for long enough, you'll know that it's not all about making your car look good. I want to find out if there are any dynamic benefits to fitting these wheels to this car, because we've got a wider track, which means the front wheels are that little bit further apart, which can have a positive effect on the way it drives, but it could potentially have a negative effect as well. So without any further ado, let's go and drive this Golf R estate on its new Pretoria wheels. Okay, well, the first thing that you notice about this Golf R estate on its new wheels and tyres is that it feels more like a performance car should do now, with a little bit more tension to the ride, just purely because we've got less tyre sidewall. There's a bit more road noise as well because we're running on a wide, high performance tyre. Those are two things you kind of become accustomed to expect when you're driving a performance car, and when they're not there, you forget you're driving something interesting when you're not driving it flat out, which we can have a go at doing now. So we've got an extra 12mm across the wheels between the tyres, which gives the car a wider track. This is a common thing engineers do to make cars more stable in corners. It should be a good way of minimising understeer. And we've got Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tyres as well, which are some of the best tyres money can buy. So this should be a real weapon. Now, I hate using that word, but I think it might well apply. So yes, it just feels really, yeah. Wow. So we've got four-wheel drive, we've got the best tyres, we've got a wider track front and back on this car. Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. So why don't we do it again? So this car's now fully run in. This is actually my way home, so I kind of know it quite well. So let's, yes, well, no traction issues there with four-wheel drive. It feels remarkably enjoyable to drive for an R, this car does. We're on the passive dampers, which are a really well-judged balance. I think this estate's a little bit softer than the hatchback, so it can run 19s without being too crashy on a bumpy British B road. This is the corner that you need some big gonads for. Not in this car. You could have thought tiny ones in this car. It's just too easy. Whew. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed this Volks Wizard video. I obviously have. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, please comment, please share. As ever, please subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one soon. There'll be some more videos on this car before it goes. I haven't done a full review video on it yet, so that's definitely something I'm going to squeeze in before it goes at the end of February. And yeah, so tune in for that guys. I'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.